So your chocolate paste mix really well till all the butter's been combined in. Apart from that piece stuck in my whisk. Once we've spread this, made our pattern with it, then we're going to freeze it while we're making the next bit. Now you can use a palette knife, you can use a rubber scrape or whatever to spread it out. So you want it quite thin. You're kidding me. Yeah, the whole tray. And we've got these scrapers called comb scrapers. So you get three sides, three different shape, not shape, but depth of the scraping. So generally, I'll go with the big one. So you're going to swirly like that. So this way I'll give you a nice swirly pattern on the outside of your sponge. However, you don't want to do those. What you can do is you can just make patterns with your finger, swirling that through it as well. The problem is there's obviously a lot of extra mixture left over that isn't scraped off. You can use a fork, you can use a palette knife. Right, so the sponge itself will only cook for 6 minutes at 230, so make sure your ovens are on, okay? So to make Jaconde, there's 3 parts. We've got a meringue, a light meringue, 6 egg whites and 25 sugar, so there's not much sugar there. I've got ground almonds and a little bit of flour just to stabilise sponge. I'm going to sift that in soon. And in here, it's whole eggs and icing sugar. Now, the recipe says you've got to whisk it over the heat or warm the eggs and icing sugar up and then whisk it till it's ribbon stage. You can use handheld electric beaters, you can use electric mixers, whatever, do it from cold and just let it whisk up so you get a really nice thick, loads of air in it and not as much work for you. And then it is a case of folding in meringue. Obviously make sure your bowls are dry, clean, grease-free. Okay, I would be tempted just to wash them again myself, just to be safe and sure. So just fold it in carefully. Make sure you don't lose much or any of the air. I'm sieving this in so there's no big chunks of almond that will weigh the sponge down. And don't force it through. If it doesn't go through, again. So it's up to you how you fold it, whether you use a spatula or a whisk. If you're of the school of Mary Berry, it's one around and cut through the middle repeatedly. Make sure your fans are down low on your oven as well, otherwise it will blow away partway during cooking. Don't bang the whisk on the side of your bowl either. Now when it comes out the oven, so as soon as you put this in, you want to get a big sheet of baking paper to turn it onto, but that piece of baking paper needs to have caster sugar sprinkled on it. So you turn it onto that, and then you put a damp tea towel over the top of it. And then you just leave it to cool. Okay? And that is the Jaconde.